On today's show, Madison Wells looks into an unknown and much anticipated aspect of prom.
We find out how one 8th grader created a business in the midst of a pandemic. These stories and more coming up on this edition of HTN Daily. Good afternoon, Hawk Nation, and welcome to the 99th episode of HTN Daily. Live from Studio 1060, I'm Trois Murphy.
And I'm Anica Hankey. It's hard to believe we are 99 shows in, and it feels like it wasn't long ago that we were prepping for our first.
I agree. Not only are we celebrating this major milestone for our shows, we are also celebrating the teachers and all they do for the school.
One thing that everyone appreciates is how much work their teachers put in, and during this week you can show it. From the 26th through the 30th, make sure to send your appreciation towards your teacher. One teacher we want to send extra appreciation to is Miss Cuddy, who was named the CTE Teacher of the Year for all of Prosper ISD. Congratulations to her, and thank you to all of our teachers. Another thing at Rock Hill worth celebrating is the diverse culture here. And on the 30th, the school is doing just that with the first ever Rock Hill Culture Fair. From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., there will be booths set up in the cafeteria that will feature their unique food and heritage of different countries. To see the rules and where to sign up, make sure to check your school email. And tomorrow there will be a goodie bag stuffing social for Mu Alpha Theta at 4 p.m. in Miss Morris's room. They will be stuffing bags of candy for freshmen taking the Algebra 1 STAR test. There will be ice cream provided and no sign up is required. You can just show up 30 minutes before the event if you would like to participate.
With prom only 5 days away, there's only one decision left to make for the night under the stars. Madison Wells takes a deeper look into what we'll be voting for Rock Hill royalty.
After months of prom preparations, the night under the stars is almost here with just one decision left to finalize: prom king and queen.
So the campaigning process for prom has gone pretty well so far. I've seen a lot of posters out, which is very cool, and I've been seeing people go around the cafeteria asking them to vote for them or posting things on their stories, and it's just very cool to see because it'll be very exciting to see who gets it.
Campaigning will take place all throughout the week, and nominees aren't sparing a second of their time.
I'm gonna bake cookies and get little, jewel wraps of candy and pass it around. Just making sure people can remember my name, hey, vote for Jalia, just to get that remembrance. And people says hey, this person, cookies, vote Jalia, and just posters. Gonna be a little creative, but we're gonna see what happens, and I hope it goes pretty well.
Voting will start this Thursday during store time and will end at 5 p.m. the same day, so make sure to get your vote submitted for this year's Rock Hill royalty. For HTN Daily, I'm Madison Wells.
While most of us have hobbies, one 8th grader turned hers into a successful small business. Kaylee Johnson reports.
It's a hobby turned successful business. 8th grader Addie Maywall did something not many decide to do in the midst of a pandemic: start her very own cookie business run right out of her home.
Over quarantine, I started making it for my friends for birthdays and stuff. We gave it to neighbors and they all loved it, and they're you really need to start selling these. So then it just happened when we got back from a vacation trip.
With help from her parents, social media, and word of mouth, Addie was able to quickly grow her business. She now sells over 8 different types of cookies to customers in Prosper, Frisco, McKinney, and Salina.
A couple weeks after I opened up everything, I had 13 dozen cookie sales. So that just sparked everything. I can actually do this.
To have your daughter to start her own small business is very rewarding. I have full confidence in her. She's a type of person that when she starts something, she'll finish it. Even though she may be unhappy, sad, but she'll finish it from start to finish.
While Addie has only just started her business, she has an even bigger plan for its future.
I want to open up a restaurant and a bakery in the future, after college, after culinary school, after pastry school, just so everyone can have it.
Starting a business at such a young age is not commonly done, but for Addie, she has been able to turn her passion of baking into a craft, serving smiles to people for years to come. For HTN Daily, I'm Kaylee Johnson.
A lot of big competitions happened this past weekend for our sports teams.
We had our team go to state and another go to regionals. Connor Fuchs is in studio to fill you in on all things Rock Hill sports. Connor?
Baseball played in a big game with playoff implications Saturday against Denison. Rock Hill came up with a big win, 3-1. Big performance from Josh Livingston, who went 2 for 3 and 1 run scored and 1 RBI. And another big performance from pitcher Brett Foss, who pitched all 7 innings while only allowing 1 run and 5 hits with 4 strikeouts. Softball played their final district match Saturday against the 1 seed in the district, Lovejoy. They took that title of regular season district champs Saturday when they pulled off a tight win 5-3. Big outing from Jolie Mallon, who hit a grand slam to eventually go on to win Rock Hill the game. Both baseball and softball will be continuing their seasons on in the playoffs in the upcoming weeks. This past weekend, wrestling traveled down to Houston for their state competitions. The team had 3 big competitors in Xavier Rogers, Xavier Jukes, and Eleanor Jukes. Sadly, the season did not quite end out how they hoped, with a few first-round wins, but a couple of tough losses ended their seasons. Still, between the 3 of them throughout the season, they had 3 district champions, 2 bronze finishers in regionals, and a regional runner-up. Great season overall for our first-year wrestling team. Finally, track headed out to Arlington this past weekend for their regional competitions. Some big performers from the weekend were Kyla Lewis, who got 3rd in the 400-meter, Jordan Edwards, who placed 3rd in the 100-meter hurdles and is moving on to state, and Gavin Hankey, who placed 1st in the pole vault and is advancing to state. The state championship for these athletes will be on May 7th. This past weekend, the Prosper girls lacrosse team played their last game of the playoffs, unless they are possibly put in by a wild card this week. Despite changing coaches and moving up a division in the spring season, they went undefeated up until this last Saturday.
Every game was just so exciting because we kept winning and winning, and it was just every single time when we were getting a goal, we would always have all the JV kids cheering on the side. Everyone would be all together, and we get to celebrate together. So
that's all for this sports update. Back to you guys.
That's all for today's show. For HTN Daily, I'm Anica Hankey.
And I'm Trois Murphy. Mask up and rock on.